Hi everyone, today for math, for Number Corner, you are going to need your math notebook and the thin Number Corner book. So not your big thick student book like this, your thin Number Corner book. Okay, but for right now, we are going to turn to your calendar grid observations page in your math notebook. Let me get this on here. Okay, so the date today is 11-10, November 10th, okay? And let's look and see if we can find a pattern. So we have blue, green, green, purple, blue, green. So there might be a pattern. Think about in your head real quick before I show you the card. What color do you think the next one is going to be? All right, so the next card is green. So we have a green with 2 squares going for the height and 1, 2, 3, 4 squares for the length. So our color is green. Okay, and our height times length, we have 2 for the height and 1, 2, 3, 4 for the length. So 2 times 4. Okay, and 2 times 4 is 8. So our area is 8. Okay, and then if we look at this shape again, it's definitely not a square. So we're going to put no for square. Okay, and then just like yesterday, I want you to pause the video and write your own observation for this shape. Okay, once you are done, then we are going to go ahead and write the date again, 11-10. Okay, and so we have blue, green, green, purple, blue, green, green. So let's think about in your head what you think the next card is going to be. If you guessed purple, you are exactly right. So for our height, we have 1, 2, 3 squares. And for our length, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So we're going to write purple for the color. Okay. And then our equation is going to be 3 times, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then our area, 3 times 5 is 15. Okay. And this is not a square because we would have to have 5 squares for the height by 5 squares for the length to make it a square. So it is not a square. Okay, and then you are going to again write in your own observations for this picture, and you can pause the video and do that now. Once you are all done, we are going to get out our thin notebook, our thin Number Corner book. Let me see. Okay. And mine is right here. Okay, so you should be turned to page 16 in your thin Number Corner book. It's called Field Trips. So this says, Tanika's 3rd grade class is going on a field trip to the Science Museum. Help Tanika answer the following questions. For each question, be sure to show your work using numbers, pictures, numbers, or words. Okay, and if you do not have your Number Corner book, then go ahead and solve these problems in your math notebook. Okay, all right, but let's look at these questions. So number 1 says, tickets to the museum cost $7 each. There are 8 students in Tanika's group. How much does it cost for Tanika's group to go to the Science Museum? So letter A says, what is this problem asking you to figure out? Underline any information that can help you solve the problem. Okay, well, I like to underline anything with a number. So tickets to the museum cost $7 each. We need to know that. Then there are 8 students in Tanika's group. We need to know that. Then it's asking us how much does it cost for Tanika's group to go to the Science Museum. So I am going to circle that because that is what it's asking you to do, what it's asking you to figure out. On your paper, I'd like for you to just write that under letter A. You're going to write how much does it cost for Tanika's group to go to the Science Museum, because that is what you are trying to figure out. Pause the video if you need to do that. Letter B says, write an equation that represents the problem. Write your equation with a letter that stands for the unknown quantity. So the letter that stands for the unknown quantity, that is called a variable, remember. Okay, so I'm going to look through this again. It says tickets to the museum cost $7 each. So I'm going to write 7. And there are 8 students in Tanika's group. So I'm going to multiply $7 times 8 equals, and I'm going to put M for money. That's going to be my variable. So 7 times 8 equals M. You should have something like that there. And then letter C says solve the problem and show your work. Okay, so right here for letter C, you're just going to solve what is 7 times 8. 7 times 8 equals blank, and you are going to find your answer. Okay? Once you are done with that, let's go to page 2. This says, Tanika's group is studying animals. They visit 2 exhibits with turtles. There are 51 turtles in all. There are 25 turtles in one exhibit. How many turtles are in the other exhibit? So again, letter A says, what is this problem asking you to figure out? Underline any information that can help you solve the problem. So I'm going to go through and underline anything with a number. So there are 51 turtles in all. Okay, that's good to know. And there are 25 turtles in one exhibit. So, and then I'm going to circle this again. How many turtles are in the other exhibit? But you are going to write that question down for letter A. So letter A, you are writing how many turtles are in the other exhibit, because that is what you are trying to figure out. Letter B says, write an explanation that represents the problem. Write your equation with the letter that stands for the unknown quantity. Okay, so with the variable. So I'm going to say there are 51 turtles in all. So I'm going to write 51. Okay, if I subtract 25, that should give me how many turtles are left. So 51 minus, there it goes, 51 minus 25 equals, I'm going to put T for turtle. If it lets me, there we go. 51 minus 25 equals T. And then for C, you're going to solve the problem and show your work. So all you're doing is 51 minus 25. Okay, and you are solving it like that. You can stack it like a hamburger, you can use the number line, whatever you need to do to solve that problem. All right, number 3 is a little tricky. It says, there are 27 students in Tanika's class. At lunch, they sit at 3 tables. If the same number of students sit at each table, how many students are at each table? So we're going to have to use a division problem for this, or division equation for this problem. So it's, again, letter A says, what is this problem asking you to figure out? And underline any information that can help you solve the problem. So there are 27 students in Tanika's class. I need to know that. And I need to know how many tables they sit at. So at lunch, they sit at 3 tables. If the same number of students sit at each table, how many students are at each table? So I'm going to circle that because that's the question that I am trying to figure out. So for letter A, you are writing how many students are at each table. You're writing that right there. Letter B says, write an equation that represents the problem. And in your equation, we need to use a variable. Okay, so there are 27 students in Tanika's class. So I'm going to write 27. Because when I'm using division, I always start with the largest number. 27 divided by 3, because they're sitting at 3 tables, equals, I'm going to put S for students. 27 divided by 3 equals S. That is my equation. Now I'm going to solve the problem. So you can either figure out what times 3 equals 27, or you can draw a picture. You can draw 3 tables like this, and then count to 27. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, then in each table, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So each table has 9 students. Oops, it's not going to let me write right there. T. All right. Okay. Once you are finished with these 2 worksheets in your Number Corner book, page 16 and 17, you are all done for Number Corner today. If you have any questions, please let me know. Again, if you do not have your Number Corner book, just solve those problems in your math notebook. Have a great day.